thinking of this period you have been with us, what are you most proud of relating to your participation in our GCP board? What made you more proud of spending your time there in a volunteer manner?
I think a few things. One is to get it from a very nascent stage, where I think on several occasions, few of us thought it could fail, but to get it from that nascent stage to where it is today, I think that's been a good achievement and progress. And I obviously just played a part in it, but then again, that I think has given me certainly some satisfaction. More importantly, I think what I've really been proud of is tabling some contentious topics on the GCP board, topics that perhaps maybe some stakeholders may have wanted to avoid, but and you know, there is always this challenge when different stakeholders are making obviously different size contributions to the GCP board. And I haven't been, I think, shy in terms of voicing what I believe has been right. And then eventually pushing people towards, I think, a sensible conclusion. And I think that, I think certainly I've been proud of being able to achieve that. And especially one of the initiatives, as you know, I've always felt, and I have been very consistent, that we really need to be helping the struggling farmer, not necessarily in the largest countries, but in the more impoverished countries. And one of the ways to do that is to really get the industry to dedicate a certain amount of sourcing to a very diverse set of origins. And one way of achieving that is by getting the roasters of the industry to publish where they were purchasing coffee farms, so that we could see whether industry was appropriately diverse or not. That took a lot of doing, as you know. But eventually, I think we were successful, perhaps maybe not to the extent I would have liked to have seen in terms of visibility. But that message of diversification and how that can help farmers, diversification of sourcing, I would say, and how that can help impoverished farmers compared to, you know, a message where it was 5 years ago where people didn't talk about it at all. Today, I think it's very much in the mainstream in terms of people talking about the importance of diversification. And of course, as you know, especially after you've had a very significant increase in price after 2 frosts and a drought in Brazil, and the kind of impact on price, the backdrop of a very challenging freight situation, and then suddenly people seeing the Russia-Ukraine war and suddenly realizing that it's not good to be very reliant on 1 or 2 suppliers. I think that message of diversification of origins that I started a few years ago has very much, how to say, it's come to the forefront. It doesn't necessarily mean that everyone changes, but I think certainly the topic is on the table. And I think that I feel has been one of my better contributions, if you will, to the GCP.